welcome to my channel. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoy and subscribe. And you know what comes next. United States of Smash! The bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. So yeah, make sure you're all comfy, you got your headphones on, and let's let the intro take it away. Go on ahead. Man, intro. Somehow it feels better each time I watch it. Thank you. You just steal this show, intro. Thank you very much, intro. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to What If Deku found BT-7274. I told you guys this was coming, and I literally am recording this 30 minutes after, part 1. So, for all of you who enjoyed the last part, you guys are solemnly welcome for this. But you can also thank the people who voted for me to start making part 1s and part 2s and posting them at the same time. You can big time thank that person. Thank those people. Whoever they are. You have to thank them. So, here we are. 30 minutes after part 1. Let's go ahead and get right into the what if. Shall we? Alright, so, where we last left off, Deku had just taken BT to see Hisashi. Let's, go ahead and see how that went. What the? I am very sorry about that. My Alexa, no, stop, shut up. Okay, so I'm not allowed to say Alexa. I am not allowed to say that word. Because then she will freak out and make a loud noise. And around here, we make somewhat ASMR. Hope this gives you tingles. Alright. Oh gosh. No homo. No homo. Oh gosh. What have I done? Okay. Back to the what if. So, Deku would bring BT to their house and would tell BT to wait in his dad's shop. BT would hack the garage door and would open it and walk in and would shut the door behind him. As Deku would run it and wake his dad up and bring him outside, Hisashi would be very confused and would be constantly asking Deku, "What's wrong? Why'd you get me up? It's like 3 a.m., Deku. Why?" As Izuku would say, "Hurry, Dad, hurry! I have to show you. As Deku would open the door and would show Hisashi BT. As Hisashi would have to give his eyes a moment to properly adjust to what he's seeing. And once he could tell that what he was looking at wasn't his imagination, Hisashi would slap himself a couple times. He would slap himself right across the face as hard as he could, just to make sure he wasn't dreaming. As BT would ask Hisashi to stop doing that, as he will give himself a mild concussion. As Hisashi would just be hysterical, as Hisashi would just start mumbling as he's circling BT, trying to figure out, how he's there in front of him. Deku, not wanting to go through the whole story, would just tell Hisashi that BT had crashed in a ship nearby, and his pilot a human had passed BT onto him in his dying moments, along with the care of 5-year-old Eerie, as Eerie would come out of the cockpit. Hisashi would be like, "What the? Deku, you're too young to be a kid. Who's the mother?" As Deku would start blushing and would say, "No, no, 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 not, no, 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 no." As BT would start trying to calm Deku down, as he would say, "Please calm down, pilot. Please calm down. Please calm down." But Deku would just be blushing insanely, as Hisashi would say, "I'm just kidding. I know you're a little too innocent to be doing anything like that." As he would walk up to the little girl and would notice the bandages around her arms, and would ask Deku about them. As BT would answer the question for Deku, as he would say, she was being abused by her previous home, or adoptive home, and we rescued her. And that brings me to the point why I am here. Militia forces were surrounded and destroyed one by one in this sector. Our ship was lucky to break the blockade and make it this far. Unfortunately, the IMC followed us here and hired a bounty hunter to capture Eerie and me, as they have been watching Eerie for a while, and they took note of her rewind capabilities. And now it is my mission to keep Eerie out of not only Overhaul's hands, but also the IMC's. And Deku is now my pilot. As Hisashi would just be... he would be dumbfounded. As Hisashi would notice the damages and would ask if BT wanted him to repair them, as BT would oblige, and Hisashi would repair the robot. As after all the repairs were done, Hisashi would take Deku out and would talk to him, as he would ask Deku, "So, what are you gonna do now? Risk yourself? Suku, you're too young to be going out there where you'll be killed." As Deku would say, "I know, Dad, but this is my responsibility now. That pilot, that man passed this on to me. I know maybe it wasn't the best decision for him to put me in charge of this big robot, but I believe I can do it, Dad. I want to be a hero. And I want to save these people. I want to help as many people as I can. And if it means putting my life on the line, then that's what I will do. So please, Dad, help us." As Hisashi would say, "Alright, but your mom will freak out if she knows the full truth. So we'll tell her that BT is your quirk." As BT would peek his head out and would say, "Don't worry, I have already taken care of that. I have written myself in official documents. I am now officially Deku's quirk." As Hisashi would say, "Well, that's interesting. Thank you very much, BT." As BT would say, "No problem." As he would go back inside with Eerie. As Hisashi and Deku would walk back in, they would see Eerie playing all over BT, as BT would be looking down, as he would look at Deku and would say, "Please get her off of me." as Deku would laugh at BT's dismay. BT would walk over or not BT, Deku would walk over and grab Eri off of BT's ocular system and would set her down, as Deku would ask Hisashi if he could look after her while Deku trains for the acceptance or emission test. I forget exactly what it's called, but he fights big robots. He fights big robots, gets into UA. That's what it is. So, Hisashi would say yes, and would just tell Inko that he found her on the streets, and she was being abused by her previous father. And Inko would agree to adopt Eri, for now at least. So, BT would put Deku on a strict training regiment. Kind of like what All Might did, but a lot tougher. Deku would not only be having to clean up the beach, but he would also be having to train in firearms and knives. He'd be having to train in all of that stuff along with it. And he would also be training inside of BT. So, by the time Deku is 16 years old, or 15, it is time for the test. And Deku now knows how to control BT on all of his different weapons, and he knows how to use all of BT's different abilities, such as the Vortex Shield. And right now, the Vortex Shield, none of those really have a cooldown. I will get to why they will have a cooldown. But right now, they don't have a cooldown. Well, at least the Vortex Shield doesn't. You can use the Vortex Shield as much as you want. But like missiles and all that, those things do have a cooldown. But I will eventually make it where the Vortex Shield does have a cooldown, but we will get onto that when the sports festival comes around, which isn't really that far away in what if terms. So yeah, back to the what if. So Deku now knows how to use guns, and he's actually a lot more muscular than he was in original continuity by this point. So right now he's about as muscly as he is in Season 4. And take in mind, he's only 15, 1 year older, or 1 year younger than he is in Season 4. And he's stronger already. Unless you take into account One for All. And no, Deku has not met All Might because he has been training with BT. Sorry, got off track. So Deku knows how to use BT in all of his different weapons, like the sword, the machine gun, the, BT's primary gun. Did I say the sword? The sword, the sniper-like gun, all of BT's abilities. Then Deku knows how to shoot a gun, knows how to take down a armed assailant, and also knows how to use knives. There you go. Now, to get on to the actual thing. So, Deku would walk up to the UA Center with BT in tow, and Deku would notice that everyone was staring at BT. Like they were hardcore staring at BT. As BT would tell Deku through his helmet that everyone was talking about how BT is cheating. But Deku would assure everyone that BT is indeed Deku's quirk. So Deku would go in and do the written test and would meet BT outside of the gates. Deku doesn't meet Uraraka, as this time he is a lot more confident in his ability to do the exam, and he's not nearly as nervous due to his 2 years of harsh training. So he never trips and never meets Uraraka, Well, at least not yet. So, Deku would meet BT out by the big walls or whatever, the entrance. And BT would tell Deku that he scans almost 110 robots, one of which being almost 100 meters tall. Or at least I'm pretty sure it was about 100 meters. That's what I assume. So, or maybe 80 meters. I'd say it's about as tall as the Colossal Titan in Attack on Titan. I'd say that's about as tall it is. I don't know. You can tell me in the comments how tall you guys think it is. As Deku would say, that one's going to be a challenge. But it doesn't offer any points, so it's of no use to us. As BT would say, yes, you are right. As Ida would walk up to them and would say, you must be quiet. Everyone can hear you talking. As Deku would say, will you just shut up? You are really annoying. As Ida would get very offended and would say, you are not to act like that towards other classmates. As Deku would say, class hasn't even started yet. As Ida would become embarrassed and would walk away, saying, just quiet it down. As Deku would say, alright, Mom. As BT would signal through to Deku's helmet of the plan. As the gates would open and Deku would hop into BT. As Deku would just be slashing down 1-pointers and 2-pointers as if they were nothing. As a 3-pointer would roll up and would attack BT, causing them to clash. Deku would quickly throw the robot off BT and then shove the sword straight into the robot's eye, destroying it. As Deku would use the sword and throw the robot into another one, destroying them. Everyone has noticed by now how OP BT is, or Deku is. As Deku has destroyed, by this point, almost 20% of the robots. So everyone would begin stepping up their game to take on more robots. As Deku would just be slashing robots, it would reach the 1-minute mark, as they would deploy the big boy. That's just what I'm going to call him, the big boy. From now on, in every what if, I'm just going to call him Big Boy. As BT would tell Deku that they should probably move back, as they have enough points to pass. As Deku would say, how do you know that? As BT would say, I have been tallying up the points. We now have 83 points out of the 70 to pass. As Deku would say, nice! Can't believe we passed that easily. As BT would say, sir, I see something. As he would zoom in on what he sees. As Deku would say, crap, that's a girl! As Deku would ask BT to scan for any heroes nearby that may be watching over the exam. As BT would scan and would find no heroes that are watching over to make sure no one gets injured. As Deku would have to make a decision that could either end her life or save his. As Deku would tell BT to find the quickest route to get to her. As BT would find it and would start moving towards that position. Deku would be sprinting to get to Uraraka, as right when he got to her, the robot would begin closing down its foot onto Uraraka's position. Deku would get there right on time and would grab Uraraka and throw her out of harm's way, as Deku would put up the vortex shield right above his head to keep the robot's foot from crushing them. As Deku would order BT to launch a missile at its joint. As BT would launch the missile would hit the robot's joint, causing it to lose balance and fall backwards. Once the robot would fall, Deku would jump on top of it and would order BT to scan for any biocomponents that would shut it down. As BT would find it in its ocular system, as Deku would stand over it and would shove the sword straight into the ocular system. killing the robot before it could get up. As Deku would check on Uraraka, Uraraka would say, thank you very much. I was gonna die. As Deku would say, it's no problem. This is what heroes do. What the heck? Sorry about that. Man, we are just having a lot of problems today. As Uraraka would hug Deku as she would begin crying. BT would walk up to Deku as this alarms would ring and the test was over. As the robots would come and pick Uraraka up and bring her to the nurse's office. Deku would hop in BT and leave. In that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to leave this episode off. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It would mean a lot, because both of those are free, and they both tell me that you guys enjoyed the What If. And you know what? While you're at it, why not United States of Smash that bell icon to not miss out on another upload. So yeah, remember, I've made this like 30 minutes after the first part, so I'm about to make another What If that will be posted on Independence Day 2021, so make sure you guys are ready for that. So yeah, peace.